Hello traders, my name is Plamen and it's time for our weekly forecast. We are through Sight Forex. We are very happy that you're again with us to see what we can expect for the upcoming week of the some of the currency pairs and the gold as well. Okay, so let's begin and let's see the news as usual for the upcoming week. Okay, now on Monday there is gonna be a holiday in Canada and the United States, so we don't think there is gonna be some good movements with the currency pairs with the dollar. On Tuesday there are some important news about the British pound and the Canadian CPI, so there's gonna be some movements with these currency pairs. For the pound, this is the composite PMI, the manufacturing PMI, and the services PMI. Also on Tuesday we are gonna have the existing home sales for January for the United States. On Wednesday there is gonna be interesting here because in the evening we have the Airbnb interest rate decision. There is forecast from 0.50 points of rising the interest rate, so we are gonna have movements about the New Zealand dollar, and also probably we are gonna have some movements with the Australian dollar because usually they go in the same direction. Later we have the German CPI. We don't think it's gonna make some impact on the market, but we'll see. Later in the evening we have the FOMC meeting minutes for the United States, so it's gonna be interesting. On Thursday we have the CPI for the Eurozone, and later we have the GDP for United States. Also we have the initial jobless claims and the crude oil inventories. There's gonna be some movements here, we'll see. And on Friday there's not gonna be something very strange. We are gonna have the core PCI price index and also the new home sales for the United States. Okay, now let's move to the charts and let's see what we expected from the last week to happen. Okay, as usual we are gonna start with euro dollar and let's see the picture from the last week. It was on 4-hour time frame. Okay, so the price was over here. We said that we expect the price to reach the point of interest, which is on this low over here, and to make some new bearish movements. Okay, we saw a flag here. Well, the price didn't make the whole flag, the movement that we expected, but it started to move downwards. So now for the upcoming week, what we can see and what to expect for the euro dollar. If we take a look on the daily time frame, there is a possibility the price to make one more movement downwards to reach the weekly trend line and the daily trend line, and from here to make new bullish impulse wave, very strong, something like this. If we take a look on the lower time frame, this movement will match with the point of interest as we mark here. And also there is another possibility if the price doesn't reach this point of interest. Now here we can see that the price has taken the liquidity on these lows over here, and if it breaks this high and this high, probably we are gonna see something like this coming back down to the point of interest, and then to see the new bullish impulse wave, and the profit is gonna be on this high over here. We expect something like this to happen. If it doesn't come back to this point of interest, well, we are gonna see something like this straight away. Okay, this is for the euro dollar. Now let's go to pound dollar to see if there is any interesting there. Okay. Now first, this was from the last week. Again, this is on 4-hour time frame. We expected that on this strong impulse wave and the price reached level 50 of Fibonacci and it started to move downwards. The price was over here. Well, it broke this trend line. Here we had a trend line. There it is. It broke this trend line, but it come back to the level 50 of Fibonacci because here the correction was very small. And from here, from the swing level, there it is, it made the movement that we expected. And here on this low, this is a very strong point of interest, a very good fight between the buyers and the sellers. And now we have executed a trade, which is after this candlestick formation. This is our confirmation for the trade. We expected the price to reach the center of the point of interest to have a very good risk-reward ratio trade. But now we entered after this green candle, and this is already 57 pips in profit. We are expecting something like 400 pips in profit, but it's not gonna be very soon. Probably it will take around 3-4 days. We're gonna see after the news in Wednesday. They can help us or they can make us out. I mean, they can cut our trade. Okay, this is what we expect. Let's see what we can expect. If we take a look on the higher time frame, we can see a very clear impulse wave, and the price, it's very likely to reach the trend line again, which will match with some of the levels of Fibonacci, and there is gonna be a new impulse wave. This on the daily time frame, but on 4-hour time frame we can expect that the price, it's gonna reach the trend line and even to break this trend line to make a test and to go to the point of interest on this high over here. We are in a trade here. When the price reaches this trend line, we are gonna collect some of the profits and we are gonna take a look what is gonna happen. If here we see some candlestick formation for short positions, we are gonna close the whole trade and we are gonna enter in some new short positions. We are gonna see. You have to trade what you see, not what you expect to see. Okay, these are the two options for the pound dollar. Now let's move to euro yen. And let's see the picture from the last week. Okay, well, the price was over here. Just right here on this candle. We said that we expect the price to break the trend line, to come back to test it, and to make a new strong bullish impulse wave. Well, see what happened. The price broke the trend line, it come back to the swing level on this high over here, and it made very strong impulse, bullish impulse wave. Okay, this is on 4-hour. Yeah, it's 4-hour. Okay, we said that we expect the price to reach the point of interest, which still can happen. Okay, but let's take a look on the higher time frame for the upcoming week. First, after this strong impulse wave, we expect the price to make some retracement to this high over here, which is the swing level on the 4-hour time frame, and then to reach the weekly trend line, which is very strong. And if here we see some candlestick formation, we are gonna execute some short position around this level over here, this level. This is on the daily time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, I'm gonna erase this. It's pretty much the same. We expect the price to reach the swing level and to the weekly trend line. Another option is the price, if doesn't make this retracement, to reach the point of interest and then to make the strong bearish impulse wave. These are the two options after this side movement. We cannot expect exactly to continue to do the side movement. There's gonna be some impulse wave, and the two options are first to the point of interest on this high, just to fill the imbalance here, and the other option is first to the swing level, then to the point of interest, and then some short positions again. Okay, let's move to pound yen. And this is the expectations for the last week. As you can see, there was some very good triangle pattern here, and we expected the price to break it and to reach the weekly trend line up here. As you can see, here was the triangle. The price broke the triangle, it made a retracement, and it fills almost the whole profit. Now, we had another trade, as we posted in our Telegram group. There was first the triangle, then the 1, 2, 3 strategy. And now, what we expect for the upcoming week? There is a possibility, pretty much as the Euro Yen. Here we can see the clear impulse wave, and there is a first retracement. We expect the price to make another retracement to some of the levels of Fibonacci, and from here, with a candlestick formation, to see a new strong impulse wave upwards, which is gonna be to the trend line. And from here again we can go in short positions, but on the 4-hour time frame, here we can see that we have a 4-hour trend line. There is a possibility the price not to reach the levels of the Fibonacci retracement, just to the trend line, and with a candlestick formation to see the impulse wave. This is what we think it's gonna happen on the pound yen. Now let's move to Euro Australian dollar and to see what we expect for the upcoming week. First, we are gonna take a look at the last week picture. Yeah, this is the picture. This is over here. Okay, so on Euro Australian dollar, we said that there are two options. We said that the price, after forming a flag here, there is gonna be some movements to the point of interest, and even to break the weekly level of support. This is at 1.53. This is a very strong level. But what the price made? Well, it started to go downwards, but it made a new strong impulse wave upwards to the trend line. Now, what are the expectations for the next week? On higher time frame, we can see a consecutive point on the daily trend line, and there is an option that the price will make something like this. If this candle closes this way, there is gonna be a strong movement downwards to the weekly level. This is the first option. The second option is on the 4-hour time frame. We can see that the price is making new highs, higher highs and higher lows, and there is a chance the price to push back. Here we have a point of interest, to reach this point of interest and to make a new strong bullish impulse wave. These are the two options that we think it's gonna happen. So we are gonna take a look at everything, and if we see some confirmations with a candlestick, we are gonna execute trades. No matter in what direction. What happens, we are gonna trade it. If it push back from this point of interest, we are gonna execute some long positions. If we see that the price is closing this way on the daily time frame, we are gonna execute some short positions. Well, first the profits are gonna be to the weekly level, and if we see some breaking of the level and retesting it, we are gonna execute some new trades here. But this is not gonna happen very soon, so we'll see. Now let's move to Euro, Australian dollar. And let's see the picture from the last week. Okay, here is the price. You can see that the price was at the demand zone over here, and we expected to see some candlestick formations to execute some trades to this high and even to break the level, to retest it and to make a new strong impulse wave. Well, you can see what the price did. This time it made some great candlestick formation, and there is the result. A strong impulse wave, some retracement. Now it's breaking this high over here, and it's making a new strategy that we have entered early today with the new long positions. You can see. Okay, what are the options here? First, as I said, there is a flux strategy, and we expect the price to break the other strong level, which is on this high over here. This is from October, to make a retest to the level, which will match with the consecutive point on the trend line, and to reach the weekly level. This is one of the options. If the price doesn't make this, there is another options that it can from here reach some of the levels of Fibonacci, and then to make a new bullish impulse wave, because this retracement, it's very small. Usually the price makes some deeper retracement and then make a new highs, and this trend line again, it's very sharp, it is not very consistent, and we'll see if the price reach the trend line and it makes some candlestick formations, we are gonna execute another trade here. Okay, for Euro New Zealand dollar, we expect only the price to go up to the weekly level, but we'll see. Okay, let's move to Pound Australian dollar. Let's see the picture from the last week. Yeah. Okay. Here we said that we have a triangle pattern over here. We expected the price to make a lower low from this one, from here, and to make some good movements first to the weekly level downwards and then to the next daily level. But the price here didn't go our way, and it made some side movement. It made a breakout of the triangle on the upper side, and then it collected all the liquidity, broke this structure over here, and a lot of traders lost money. Okay, what we expect for the upcoming week? If we see on the higher time frame, there is a possibility, pretty much as the Euro Australian dollar, the price to reach the levels of Fibonacci and to make a consecutive point on the daily trend line, and with a candlestick formation we are gonna expect some new bearish movements, something like this. But on the 4-hour time frame, we can see that the price is making now a consecutive point, but on the 4-hour trend line. And there is a possibility here, the price with the candlestick formation, to break this daily trend line to reach the point of interest, and from here to make a new strong impulse wave. These are the two options. On the daily time frame, it is for short positions. On the 4-hour time frame, it is for long positions, so you gotta be careful what you are executing. Okay, let's move to pound New Zealand dollar. Let's take a look at the picture from the last week. It was on 4-hour time frame. Yeah, the price was over here. Here last week we said that we expect two things. We had 2 points of interest on the low over here and on the high over here, and we expected the price either to reach first the upper one, then the second one, and the other option was to reach the lower one, then the upper one. And the price now it's climbing to the upper point of interest. We are expecting the price to reach the center of the point of interest, and from here to make a very strong bearish impulse wave to the lower point of interest. This is what we can expect, but if the price breaks this point of interest, this high over here, it's gonna be a new higher high. We are gonna expect some retracement to the daily trend line again, and we can see another movement to the daily level of resistance, which is over here. These are the two options that we expect for the pound New Zealand dollar. Now let's take a look at the gold. Yeah, okay, and this is the gold. The picture is at the 1-hour time frame. Okay. So the price was over here. We said that we expect the price to reach a point of interest, which is on this high over here, and to make a new strong bearish impulse wave. Well, it didn't reach exactly the point of interest, which was on 1 hour. It reached it on 4 hours, so we don't need that any longer anymore. And we said that we expect the price to reach the daily level. As you see, the price perfectly reached the daily level, even broke it a little bit, but now it's making a new strong impulse wave on the 4-hour time frame. You can see that the price is breaking this high, but there are two options as well. First, you can see the consecutive point. If here we see some pushback, we are gonna expect a new bearish impulse wave to the daily level. But because this high is higher than the previous one, we can assume that this is a new impulse wave. And the second option is the price to reach some of the levels of the Fibonacci and to make a new strong impulse wave upwards around these highs over here. These are the two options. We are gonna execute what we see. So this is what we think is gonna happen on the gold. And guys, this was everything for this week forecast. I hope you like this video. If you do, hit the like button and share this video with your friend. This way you are helping us to grow. And this is all from us for now. Thank you for watching. See you next week. Bye bye.